So Matt Piscatella just put out a really short summary of some of the video game happenings right now. And ladies and gentlemen, this is just so funny. This thing is writing itself, and I don't have to do any work other than just come around whenever, I have to pretty much remind people that, remember that we said this, because we're thinking about it from that perspective. And we just basically collect, the results of our receipts. And the very funny thing about this particular thing that I saw was he basically did a quick highlight on, basically what was a quick hit on the USVG, video game market. There's a Zelda piece that's, being talked about. I don't care about Zelda, but one of them that I have always highlighted in this channel is PC, console, PlayStation, and their position on PC. And apparently, PC is working out very well for Sony. Obviously, it is. I remember when I was actually covering this particular topic from the perspective of reading reviews on games like Spider-Man on Steam and, PlayStation games. There is a genuinely general positive notion to these games. A lot of people have come to this perspective saying if PlayStation takes their games to PC day one, they're going to lose out on sales on console, which is a platform that they already lose out on sales on. You sell a PlayStation 5 console, you lose money. How else are you supposed to cover ground? You sell software. That's exactly the point. And if people that are on a hardware platform that are not going to buy your hardware are simply sitting there and looking at you, then you take your software to that platform. It's exactly what they're doing. And apparently, according to the data, this is MPD Research, the director of video games and such, executive director and video game industry advisor, it's working out well for them. Another really interesting thing that I've also talked about is this statement here, Switch getting long in tooth. I've been saying this, that Nintendo remains somewhat insulated from what has been going on for now, but no longer is this going to continue to be the case. Why? It's very simple. Hardware market is changing. Not everybody wants to be able to just, or not everybody wants to sit there and play nostalgia $70 games over and over again. The Nintendo proposition is going to eventually wane, especially when you're going to have offerings that are available to everybody, meeting them on the platform. That is basically, the platform of their choice and the platform that they're on. It's a very simple proposition. In fact, something is very interesting. Nintendo games, they, for the most part, are very interesting to maintain their price point at the end of the day. And this is something, that I give, credit towards because it's just the way that it works. Here's a game titled Astral Chain. This is a game that's on the Nintendo Switch, and it's been there. It's a platinum game from 2019. I've been wanting to actually play this game, but I'm not going to pay, $60 for it. Also, now that it's also already 5 years old, I'm seeing copies of the game on eBay for like $30. I still am not interested in paying $30 for the game anymore. Because 5 years ago when the game came out and I saw it, I didn't have a Switch available. Now my kids have a Switch and I'm not going to borrow their Switch to play this game for $30. It's not going to happen. So again, the proposition is waning, and this was a third-party exclusive, by the way. It's one of those things where, you really got to go ahead and take a look at how this is also a thing. And you guys know I'm not fond of third-party exclusives. In fact, even first-party exclusives, to me, are a waste of time, especially when other third-party games are beating you in the butt. Like, Elden Ring literally takes any PlayStation exclusive, lays it on its lap, and takes a katana and beats it in the butt till it's red. That's literally the Elden Ring proposition. And if you say, well, Elden Ring, yabbity yabba, we can move to Hogwarts Legacy. And if Hogwarts Legacy is not good enough for you, we can just do every year annual Call of Duty. This is simply because the software side is where the money makers are. The console has to basically, in a sense, it just has to basically reach its limitations over and over again. Right? It has to be, subsidized so people can get in and then start spending money in these ecosystems. But at the end of the day, the business side continues to make sense. It is a pivot that must be made. And PlayStation is making that pivot, even though they're, in one part of their mouth basically saying, oh, this is what we're doing and that's what we're doing. By the end of the day, hardware is not easy. And hardware right now has accelerated in the way that it changes. there's another pertinent thing I want to mention here, and I think it's very interesting, and I'm going to put it out here. The best GPU in 2016 that was better than the PlayStation 4, think about this very carefully. When I say it, we'll look at it from PS5 side. The best GPU in 2016 was the 1080 Ti, the Titan version, Titan XP. That GPU right now is about $120 on eBay. It's a very strong, capable GPU. That GPU still has life in it. A lot of, run is still left in that GPU. The reason I brought this up is, remember I made that video where I said you can actually play any PlayStation game with a $50 GPU, any Xbox game with a $50 GPU on their PC ports. That Titan XP is literally better than every single PlayStation, or except Returnal, but every single PlayStation exclusive on Steam and almost every single Xbox exclusive on Steam. Their PC requirements are not even close to that GPU. In a few more years, the worst GPU that you can even look at right now that would probably still be better than that 1080 Ti is also going to be way less. The hardware market is just going to continue to just transform itself so fast that consoles are like anybody that looks at a console, even if they want to buy one, they're going to eventually start questioning, why am I bothering? Why? And the reason I make these videos, some of you think I hate console. No, it's because I actually have time to actually give you guys what I think is what's going to be beneficial and useful for you down the road. I know some of you say things like, I don't want a PC, I don't want to put it in my living room. You will learn that you can do everything that your console does on your PC. You can customize your PC how you want. So by the time you burn money on a few generations, you would, and then realize, oh, by the way, you could have been doing all what you're worried about on a PC. It may be too much and it may be too late. You may have invested heavily, but at that point, you can't say that you weren't made aware. That's all I'm doing. I'm just providing the awareness here. So PlayStation understands where the secret sauce is. Now, it's time for you to act accordingly. Thanks for watching the video. Appreciate you guys so much. Peace out.